Hey guys, Jerry Wetzel here, and we're going to continue our series on dealing with cloth grips in a street context. And I want to reiterate the fact that ideally I'm going to handle these situations well in advance of when it goes physical. But for whatever reason, the fight is on and I've got these handles all over me, and even an unskilled person can cause a problem to my striking game, to my grappling game, to whatever skill set I bring to the fight, just by virtue of being able to hold me off of them or being able to move me around at will. So in this situation, it could be a hoodie. We're just going to use a jacket. I don't have a hoodie handy. He's gotten the back of the collar and he's pulled it up and over my head and is stuffing my head down. Now the biggest problem that people run into here is when he gets this, is they try and back up and pull out of it. And at this point he can just kind of swing me around and pull me around by my head, much like grabbing a dog's collar, and it instinctively kind of tries to back out, but if the collar is cinched on, they're not going to go anywhere. Maybe you get lucky and you're able to kind of slip out of your jacket and go to work. That's good, but we don't want to rely on that. And we want to be able to get back into the fight as soon as possible. So rather than addressing his grip directly by trying to grab onto his hand or something, I'm going to move to a superior position. Move to a position where I can now counterattack and nullify this grip that he has. To do that, as my head is stuffed down here, I'm going to actually slip my head to the outside of this hand, here, and I'm going to drive up and back into it. Okay, from in here, I can start working to strike and playing my game from a good position. The only thing stopping me from coming up is this hand on top of my head, or my clothing, keeping me from standing up. So rather than backing up or trying to pick my head straight up, I need to get my head offline. I can move to the middle, which is good, but I'm going to be moving into this hand. So if I know which hand he's controlling with, and I usually will because he's going to be hitting me with the other one, then I'm going to slip my head to the outside and back up and in. At this point, he can keep this grip, and we end up in what looks like a hockey fight, or I'm just going to open up with both hands and force him to do something with this arm. Let's do it from the grip of the right hand, please, Ed. So he's got my head stuffed down this way. I'm going to move it out and into his arm. I'm actually driving in here. Otherwise, he's going to just keep pulling my head down. So I'm going to bring it under, and I'm going to get my hips underneath. The core of regaining control of my position is getting my hips back under my head. When my head is ahead of my hips, I have no balance, I have no power. So I need to get my head into a better position. I need to get my hips underneath me and drive in and kill out that arm. Once I do, I can insert my striking skill set.